Welcome to 5 Minutes with Brent Doss, the show where we spotlight exceptional leaders and business owners making a strong impact for other people and their surrounding communities. Today, we're thrilled to have Michael Fortinberry with us, who is the president and co-founder at Protiv. Welcome to the show, Michael. And if you would, share with us a little more about your business and what you guys do and how and when you guys got started.
Oh, thanks, Brent. Really appreciate it. Looking forward to talking with you for a few minutes today. Protiv was actually something that came out of our construction company here in New York City. We grew quite a bit. We were looking for a way to really kind of create great cultural alignment between our team in the field and the goals, the KPIs that we had as a management team. And what we realized is, the guys in the field, they want to make more money. And I want them to pay attention to detail, communicate well, work as a team. So how do I get those two things to happen together? And really it was around the anchor idea that we want to build great culture as an organization. So we started looking at tools where we could connect our goals to their compensation. Found there weren't really a lot of platforms like that for the construction industry, for hourly workers. So we ended up building one of our own. And it turns out it worked really well, and the industry was kind of asking for something like that. So a couple of years ago, we spun out Protiv as a standalone platform for the construction and home services industry to create great company culture around incentives for their hourly workforce.
Okay, that's awesome. That's great. And Michael, what do you think is the number one thing that sets you apart from your competitors in this space?
Yeah, competition is an interesting concept because we kind of invented something new. So we don't really have a lot of direct competition. But what we compete with is generally people who maybe you've got an annual holiday bonus, which you begrudgingly hand out in some ways, knowing it's not really changing team behavior, in April, because they're going to get a holiday bonus based on how the company does at the end of the year. The other thing we compete with are people who maybe try and do some type of incentive compensation with Excel, which we find strains itself at scale. So if I get bigger projects, I have multiple people working across multiple pay periods. How do I ensure who gets how much of an incentive if that project achieves the objectives that we set for it? So we find that we often are competing with, homegrown tools or no tool at all. And generally our market though is looking for a solution around their company culture. So in some ways you could argue that we're not really competing with it, but we're building on top of initiatives that companies have to build great culture between the management team and the field and develop alignment, teamwork, communication. So it's initiatives that they have there are something we usually work in concert with.
Yeah, that's great. Great culture is a huge key in every business for that matter. And so, Michael, if people in the
good, yeah, interesting on the culture thing you bring up. Because, culture. A lot of people don't recognize this, but there's really two things that are going to drive, growth and scale in a company. One is, do you understand your numbers? Are you financially organized? Do you in construction in particular, are you job costing? Are you tracking your expenses? Are you on top of your numbers? And it's kind of true across all spaces. The second is company culture. And if you invest into knowing your numbers and you invest into a great company culture, your chance of succeeding in business dramatically different. There have been research that company culture is a standalone idea. If you had no other changes except one company has great culture and one doesn't, the financial performance of companies that have great company culture is outstanding. It is dramatically higher than those who miss it. So we really lean into this idea that once you think you're getting your numbers under control, you've got some decent, financial controls in place and structures, start building great company culture, and we can help with that.
Yeah, that's great. Absolutely. And if people would like to reach out to you guys, where's the best place for them to go, Michael, and what do they need to do to reach out?
Well, Protiv.com is our website, Protiv, Protiv.com. We've got a lot of content there. We can see how this tool works for the construction, home services, landscaping, etc. There's the great place. We attend a lot of the industry trade shows. Another place to find us. LinkedIn, obviously, you can search us up there. You can email me directly if you want it, michael@protiv.com. Happy to take questions. Even if you're not looking to buy a software platform to do this, you just want to figure out, all right, how do I take some steps to build great company culture? And what do those look like? That's kind of become our life's work here. And love to talk to people about that and help them get down that road, help them scale their business in a profitable way that stands the test of time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks again for joining us today at 5 Minutes with Brent Doss.